Om. Om. ॐ गणानान्त्वा गणपतिगुं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमम् ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पत आनः शृण्वन्नोतिभिः सीदसादनम् प्रणो देवी सरस्वती वाजेभिर्वाजिनीवती धीनामवित्र्यवतु गणेशाय नमः सरस्वत्यै नमः श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ओम् हृदाकाशे सदा भान्तं शान्तमानन्दरूपिणं ज्ञानभानुमहं वन्दे सद्गुरुं सत्यसायिनम् ॐ साईश्वराय विद्महे सत्यदेवाय धीमहि तन्नः सर्वः प्रचोदयात् ॐ शिरडिवासाय विद्महे सच्चिदानन्दाय धीमहि तन्नः साई प्रचोदयात् ॐ दत्तात्रेयाय विद्महे अत्रिपुत्राय धीमहि तन्नो दत्तः प्रचोदयात् ॐ यज्ञेश्वराय विद्महे येसुनाथाय धीमहि तन्नो त्यागी प्रचोदयात् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हेडोरमस्ते क्रीस्ते हेडोरमस्ते क्रीस्ते हेडोरमस्ते क्रीस्ते Kyrie eleison. Kyrie, Kyrie eleison. Kyrie, Kyrie eleison. Kyrie, Kyrie eleison. Kyrie eleison. Adoramaste Christe, Adoramaste Christe, Adoramaste Christe, Kyrie eleison. Our Father, thou art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us for our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. ॐ भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैस्तुष्टुवागुंसस्तनूभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु ॐ अणुभिश्च महद्भिश्च समारूढः प्रदृश्यते संवत्सरः प्रत्यक्षेण नाधिसत्त्वः प्रदृश्यते पटरो विक्लिधः पिङ्गः एतद्वरुणलक्षणम् यत्रैतदुपदृश्यते सहस्रं तत्र नीयते एकगुंहि शिरो नानामुखे कृत्स्नन्तदृतुलक्षणम् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. Offering our collective love at the divine lotus feet of the Father, Bhagavan Shri 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 Satya Sai Baba Varu, and the Son, Jesus the Christ, on this holy, auspicious Easter Sunday, which is etched in history as the Aradhana Mahotsavam of both the Father and the Son. Bhagavan gave up his mortal coil not on April 24th. As I already mentioned, Gregorian calendar is a myth. It is man-made. The real calendar is that of the divine. And the real calendar is ordained by those who run, actually by the only one who is responsible for time. And his name is Samvatsara. And his name is, another name for him is Surya Narayana. His also name is Sai Narayana. He is Satya Narayana because the truth is only the sun. Because Trikala Bhashyam Satyam, truth, that is that which is present all the time. That which is present all the time in this universe, Pratyaksha Pramana, direct evidence, is Surya Narayana. Therefore, we follow the calendar of Samvatsara. And that Samvatsara's calendar is related to basically either the lunar calendar or the solar calendar. And therefore, we celebrate Easter Sunday as the actual Aradhana Mahotsavam, not only of the Son, but also of the Father. Bhagavan's beautiful thought for the day, which actually is the one that he said at the end of the thought today. There is a small excerpt that would be put there, and that today's thought for the day, as written in Prashanti Nilayam on April 28th, says, "A lover of God is a messenger of God. A lover of God is a messenger of God. The one whom God loves is a son of God." When one experiences both of these, he becomes one with God. That's the essence of Easter. Duta means messenger. Ramaduta is the messenger. Ramaduta is the messenger. The one who loved God so much. The one who God loved, Sai Rama. In Puttaparthi, whenever the students were singing Rama Lakshmana Janaki, Bhagwan used to sing Jai Bolo Hanuman ki. The only one he says Jai is to Hanuman. The only one Hanuman says Jai to is Sri Rama. Similarly, the one who understands that the messenger and the Father, the Son and the Father are one, is the one that has realized the oneness and no separation. And that is the essence of what we are also studying in this last mantra, that where it is very beautifully said, uh, this physical, mortal, skin covered, flesh, mist filled, constantly infected eye only is present to the existing multiplicity. Sahasran tatra niyate. It is always saying only multiplicity. It does not see unity. And then it is also very beautifully saying, the last mantra ends by saying, Ekagam hi sironana mukhe kritsnantad drutulakshanam. Therefore, for this relative time, there is only one head. Ekam hi shiraha. There is only one head. Nana mukhe, many faces, multiplicity. And that multiplicity is the, in that multiplicity in totality is the characteristic of the nature. Ritu lakshanam. Rutu is here has to be interpreted as the nature. The nature of the mother nature is multiplicity. Prakriti is multiplication. Purusha is oneness. They are not two different things again. We'll come to that in the next mantra. So as we focus and get into this oneness aspect of it, then the Rishi continues. The Rishis continue with the next mantra. Let's repeat. Sai Rama, please show the text. Thank you. Ubhayatas saptendriyani
उभयतः सप्तेन्द्रियाणि
jalpitantveva dihyate.
जल्पितन्त्वेव दिश्यते
Okay, chant now. Ubhayatas saptendriyani
उभयतः सप्तेन्द्रियाणि उभयतः सप्तेन्द्रियाणि
jalpitantveva dihyate.
जल्पितन्त्वेव दिह्यते जल्पितन्त्वेव दिह्यते
Ubhayatas saptendriyani jalpitantveva dihyate.
उभयतः सप्तेन्द्रियाणि जल्पितन्त्वेव दिह्यते उभयतः सप्तेन्द्रियाणि जल्पितन्त्वेव दिह्यते
What that means is ubhayataha, on both the sides, saptendriyani. There are ubhayataha. There are two sides. Saptendriyani. There are seven indriyas. Jalpitantu. Many names are therefore brought forth. Eva dihyate. All of this is ignorance. See how beautifully they describe what it is factually, and then very simply, just so that you don't mistake a fact for a truth, they'll immediately say, this is what you have observed. But no, this is all ignorance. This is all not true. Ubhayata saptendriyani. On both, there are two sides, seven senses. What are the What are the two sides and seven senses? What is implied here is the previous mantra is talking about ekam hi siro, ekam hi siraha. There is only one head, and for this head there are two sides. No, two symmetric sides are there. Two symmetric sides are there, and these sides have seven indriyas. Have you paid attention? One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Two ears, two eyes, two nostrils, one mouth. There are seven senses. Ubhayataha sapta indriyani jalpitantu. Ah, you see, jalpitantu. When you mention the head, you don't mention, oh, there is this thing that has two sides, seven sense organs. Let me list all of those things, and then you say that is called a head. Do you say that? Uh, when you say the word head, it is implied, at least for a human head, I'm talking about. There are other kinds of beings that not may not have this composition, but they're talking about human head only here. There are people that have all these organs, but they don't work. They don't know what they're seeing. They have eyes, but they are blind. They have ears, but they are deaf. This is what Jesus also has said. And their mouth is filled with filth. They open their mouth, they talk nonsense, indulge in gossip. So for that, we are not concerned about that. But generally speaking, when you mention the head, you don't say Ubhayata Saptendriyani, and that is called a head. Similarly, a Samvatsara is like that of a person's head. When the head is mentioned, it is assumed that all these parts are part of the head. It is ignorant. Jalpitantu eva dihyate. It is ignorant talk. Eva dihyate. All of that is an ignorant talk. What is ignorant talk? Jalpitantu. Jalpitam means mentioning multiplicity. Mentioning multiplicity is, or bringing forth multiplicity is, in the context of oneness, is ignorance. That's why these are incredibly powerful mantras. Like I said, they are not only factual, they very quickly, the Vedic hymns, very quickly, so that you don't get carried away. Make sure that you are not deviated from the truth, the Satya. Next mantra is going Shukla Krishne Samvatsarasya
शुक्लकृष्णे संवत्सरस्य
Dakshinavamayoh Parshvayoh
दक्षिणवामयोः पार्श्वयोः
Tasyaisha Bhavati.
तस्यैषा भवति
शुक्लकृष्णे संवत्सरस्य
शुक्लकृष्णे संवत्सरस्य शुक्लकृष्णे संवत्सरस्य
So these are very simple mantras. Most of them have only 8 letters, 8 syllables, I should say, not letters, 8 syllables. So that's why it is easy to remember, easy to chant, much more easier than Rudram, much more easier than Rudram. And also there is a logic behind the mantra. So it is even more easier. It's like a it's like a storytelling. But then immediately within that story there will be gems studded. While they are telling about the whole nature, there will be gems studded as incredible teachings, as you already have been experiencing in this last 7 mantras. Shukla Krishne Samvatsarasya
शुक्लकृष्णे संवत्सरस्य शुक्लकृष्णे संवत्सरस्य
Dakshinavamayoh Parshvayoh.
Hmm. दक्षिणवामयोः पार्श्वयोः दक्षिणवामयोः पार्श्वयोः
तस्यैषा भवति
तस्यैषा भवति तस्यैषा भवति
शुक्लकृष्णे संवत्सरस्य दक्षिणवामयोः पार्श्वयोः तस्यैषा भवति
शुक्लकृष्णे शुक्लकृष्णे संवत्सरस्य दक्षिणवामयोः पार्श्वयोः तस्यैषा भवति शुक्लकृष्णे संवत्सरस्य दक्षिणवामयोः पार्श्वयोः तस्यैषा भवति
So samvatsarasya, that's how you start. For this samvatsara, dakshina, the right, vamayoh, the left, parshvayoh, the sides, they are what? Shukla, Krishna, white and black colors. Tasya esha bhavati. This is what is being illustrated. This is what is being illustrated. So what is this? Shukla Krishne Samvatsarasya Dakshina Vamayoh Parshvayoh Tasya Esha Bhavati. So the mantra is illustrating that for a Samvatsara, the right and left sides are white and black colors, are white and black. Where is a similar mantra? Where does a similar mantra come?
Purusha Sukta.
Wow, ready for always ready. Okay, what's the mantra?
Hrishcha te Lakshmicha Patnyo Ahoratre Parsh.
Ahoratre parshve, ahoratre parshve. So if you studied Purusha Suktam, you know the meaning already. What are the two parshvas? Ahaha, rat, ahaha, rat, aho, ratre parshve. For this Samvatsara also, there are two colors. What are those two colors? Black and white. They are the day and night. Black and white, day and night. So this once they say this, now the next mantra is completely in cricket parlance is a googly. Googly. Some concept is now introduced that speaks the greatest truth. And now you're wondering, hey, why? What is this related to what I am studying as time? Why they do that? That's why it's called Krishna Yajurveda. In only Krishna Yajurveda, the mantras are interspersed with the teachings. Means both karma, jnana, they keep running together. They don't want to separate them. Because when you're doing the ritual, you are carried away by the ritual and the mind is mechanically doing the ritual. It doesn't pay attention to what you actually need to be paying attention to. So while they are describing this time, they'll introduce a gem. Hey, look at this. Look at this. So this day and night concept, the day and night as this existing in this samvatsara is very beautifully explained in the next mantra. And this mantra, I have to say, well, let's look at the mantra and then I'll go into the commentary associated with it. Shukrante
शुक्रन्ते
Anyadyajatante.
Anyadyajatante.
So now that is a little bit of a tongue twister. Anyadyajatante. So for that you need, if you look at the what is underlying that, anyat yajatante, anyat yajatam becomes anyat yajatam. Then te is always there. So therefore, because is yajatam te, because of the anuswara associated with the takara, it is pronounced as nakara. Therefore, it is anyadyajatante.
Anyadyajatante.
I hope you are all repeating also, no, not just listening. Anyadyajatante.
Anyadyajatante.
Anyat
Anyat
vishurupe
vishurupe
ahani
ahani
dyaurivasi
dyaurivasi
vishwahi maya
vishwahimaya
avasisvadhavaha
avasisvadhavaha
bhadrate
bhadrate
pushanniha.
pushanniha pushanniha
Very good. Ratirastviti.
ratirastviti.
Hmm. Okay. So actually there are only 4 lines, right? Shukrante, anyajajatante, anyat. Don't get confused by those red lines. They are not, they are breaks. Why they are breaks? Shyama, why they are breaks?
Because there's a vowel before, a long vowel before the next, the second, the word after it starts with a vowel, and the word
Hmm.
before it ends with a vowel. So between,
Yes.
we need a break.
So Shukrante is long vowel. A is again short vowel. So that's the reason why you have to pause there. Similarly, Anyadyajatante, long vowel, Anyat. So you have to pause there. Many people don't even know what these pauses are. They don't even chant. Yo Rudra Agnam, Yo Apsu, Yavo Shadish, Yo Rudra Vishwabhavana. They chant like that, which is incorrect. Yo Rudro Agnavyo Apsu Yaoshadhishu Yo Rudro Vishwabhuvana Vivesha Tasmai Rudraya Namo Astu. That is the correct way of chanting. Not Yo Rudro Agnavyo because you didn't understand. Similarly, pay attention to the similar next mantra. Vishurupe is long vowel. Ahani Dyaurivasi. You cannot break again. Ahani Dyaurivasi. No. Ahani Dyaurivasi. That continuity has to be maintained. Vishwahimaya. Avasisvadhavaha. Bhadrate Pushanniha. Ratirastviti. Let's look at those 4 lines and learn those.
Sainam sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir, can't this be a Purva Sandhi over here? Purva Rupa Sandhi.
Where?
Like Shukrante Anya. So after
Ah,
Te is
yeah.
coming. Could it be Purva Rupa Sandhi?
Shukrantyanyat. It will be very difficult. Then you will lose the matras. The syllables, the chandas will be lost. So therefore you
Okay.
have to maintaining the chandas. There is no purva sandhi there. Yeah, that's a very good observation.
Thank you. Thank
Excellent.
you.
So he's asking the question, why can't you make the sandhi between a and a and make it tya? So say shukrantyanyat will be shorter syllables. So sandhi, the chandas will be impacted. Om Shukrante Anyadyajatan Shukrante Anyadyajatante.
Om Shukrante Anyadyajatan
Correct.
Anyad Anyadyajatante
Hmm. 3
Shuk
times.
Shukrante अन्यद्यजतन्ते शुक्रन्ते अन्यद्यजतन्ते
अन्यत्
अन्यत् अन्यत्
विषुरूपे अहनीद्यौरिवासि
विषुरूपे अहनीद्यौरिवासि विषुरूपे अहनीद्यौरिवासि
विश्वाहि माया
विश्वाहि माया विश्वाहि माया
अवसे स्वधावः
अवसिस्वधावः अवसिस्वधावः
भद्राते पूषन्निह
भद्राते पूषन्निह भद्राते पूषन्निह
रातिरस्त्विति
रातिरस्त्विति रातिरस्त्विति
ॐ शुक्रन्ते अन्यद्यजतन्ते अन्यत् विषुरूपे अहनीद्यौरिवासि विश्वाहि माया अवसे स्वधावः भद्राते पूषन्निहरातिरस्त्विति
ॐ शुक्रन्ते अन्यद्यजतन्ते अन्यत् विषुरूपे अहनीद्यौरिवासि विश्वाहि माया अवसिस्वधावः भद्राते पूषन्निह रातिरस्त्विति.
This is, as I said, this mantra is a little practice oriented, but you've done a very good job. So that's the way you have to chant slowly so that you don't miss it. Shukrante anyadhyajatante anyat विषुरूपे अहनीद्यौरिवासि विश्वाहि माया अवसे स्वधावः भद्राते पूषन्निहरातिरस्त्विति. So this beautiful mantra, Shukram te anyat. Looking at the Padapatha now. Shukrante anyat. Yajatan te anyat. Te means your. Shukram, which is bright light day, is anyat, is different from te, yours. Shukrante anyat yajatan, this adorable night form. Yajat means that during which worship is conducted. What is a see, most of the important worships are conducted in the night time. Navaratri, Shivaratri. These Navaratris come 4 times in a year. If you look at the number of nights that are worshipped with adoration, it is many more nights that are worshipped. Yajatan. That is also different. Anyat. Shukran te anyat. Yajatan te anyat. Means your night and day forms are very different. Because of this, what happens? Ahani, these days and nights, Vishurupe are distinct and different. Dhyaurivasi, Dhyaurihi, Vishurupe. Vishurupe means they are distinct and different. Dhyauh iva, Dhyauh, Dhyauh, Vishurupe, they are different. And then Ahani means days and nights that are different, Vishurupe. Dhyauh iva, during the day, Asi, what do you do? Vishwahi Maya Avasisvadhavaha. You are Svadhavaha, the bestower of plentifulness. During the day, you bless with plentifulness. Vishwahi Maya Avasi. Vishwahi Maya Avasi. See what? See the construction of the sentences. The words will be interspersed, but you have to connect them properly. So how they are connected here is, it's not immediately obvious how to connect them. You have to focus on which word is connecting to, the word will be connecting to some other word later. So your distinct and different ahani, days and nights, Dyauh iva, during that day, what do you do? Svadhavaha. You give plentiful food. Vishwahi Maya Avasi. You rule this universe with your Maya. Iharatihi, and during this night, day of yours, Bhadra iti astu, be auspicious to us. Now this is a now this mantra, those of you who have attended Atirudra Mahayajna and potentially paid attention to what swahakara are given to the Navagrahas, this mantra is chanted as swahakara given to Shukragraha. Shukragraham is Venus. I think so. English, I think I am right. Shukragraham is Venus. So, this mantra is used for worshipping the planet Venus. So I asked a Pandit, Sir, I looked at this mantra. This mantra, there is nothing about Shukragraha here. There is nothing about Shukragraha. The mantra is nothing about Shukragraha. The mantra is talking about Samvatsara, which is the sun god. And what you are saying, oh sun god, Pushan. Pushan means oh sun. Pusha. Pusha means the one who sustains the worlds. Oh Pushan. That is how you are addressing Pushan. Shukran te anyat. Yajatante anyat. Then Vishurupe ahani. Dyauh iva asi swadhavaha. Vishwahi Maya avasi. Bhadrate iha ratihi astviti. Astu iti is astviti. So where is Shukragraha in this? I asked him. The only reason why they chant this mantra for Shukragraha is because it's starting with Shukrante. Nothing more than that. Hello. So don't think that some of these mantras they are using because there is some. I'm not making fun of it, but at the end of the day, Shukragraham or Anugraham, Agraham, all the grahas are samvatsaras only. Every graha is samvatsara's krupa only, samvatsara's grace only. But when you actually pay attention to the mantra, when you actually look at the mantra, what is this to do with Krishna? What is this to do with Rama? What is this to do with Shukragraha? Then your mind focuses so intensely and say, oh my God, this is a very beautiful mantra. In this beautiful mantra, in essence, what is being said is this Lord Samvatsara, the Pushan, sustains this universe with days and nights. Without days and nights, you cannot exist because there is no system shut down. Now, the people that work for these companies like IBM, they don't have day and night. That's a different story. They are constantly working only, no work-life balance. You have to get up in the night and log in and do the work that the manager gives you. So where is Shukram? Where is there is no Anyat, only the employer is the Anyat. There is nothing else more than that. But why did this Samvatsara create these days and nights? So that there is a system shut down. Without sleep and without this complete withdrawal of all the senses and the mind into this deep sleep, there is no refreshed mind that our intellect and the senses that would get back into awakened state. And by the way, just a simple fact here. In the Vedic calendar, we do not start the day at midnight. And that is another stupidity. I'm sorry, I should not use the word stupid. Another ignorant aspect about the English calendar. I don't understand how the day starts midnight. What is that? You know where the day starts according to our calendar? The day starts when sun rises. The day ends when the sun sets. That is what a day is. Understand this. Understand how profound. Understand how profound it is. The whole world awakes because the sun has risen. That is the start of the day. Not who came up with, I don't know, we have to ask some of these geniuses. Who came up with midnight as the start of the day? Anyway, why I'm talking about day and night, how we divide day and night. We do not divide day and night in the Vedic calendar based on midnight. Now, by this time, you must be understanding that I have thrown Gregorian calendar, time, everything into the Bay of Bengal. It's complete nonsense. But how we live our lives? Happy New Year, Happy Birthday, Happy Valentine's Day. What is all that? Complete nonsense. Happy Mother's Day. And poor fellow also gets one day called Father. If you are only saying Happy Mother's Day one day, know that you don't love your mother. When you get up from the bed and the first thing you do is touch the Mother Earth and say, thank you, Mother Earth. And then tell the Bhusuktam before you even put your feet on the ground. Chant Bhusuktam and say, Mother, thank you for allowing me to step on you. Then you are really celebrating Mother's Day every day. And then the next thing that comes to your eye is your physical mother. And then Bhagavan Sri Satyai Baba, who is the sustainer. And if you really know, if you have, Panchabhutas coming into your house, and if you have woken up not at midday, but somewhere before he rises, at least go outside, try to look and say, thank you. My day starts now because you have risen. So therefore, what you're saying, Pushan, you sustain this universe. You sustain this universe with days and nights. And during the day, you are providing plentiful grace to us as food. What does that mean? Without daylight, there is no photosynthesis. Without photosynthesis, there is no food produced. So how beautiful it is. Because you are risen, the plants are producing food. And therefore, you are giving us plentifulness for existence. And during the nights, you have to help us rest. But you know what? This day and night are Maya. Vishwahi Maya Avasi. Vishwahi Maya Avasi. How it is Maya? Because truly speaking, you are neither raising nor setting. Truly speaking, this day and night is nothing to do with you because you are always shining. You are not coming and going. This is a very beautiful message for Easter Sunday. What is birth and death for the one who has never even come and not even gone? What is birth and death? Last night, I was doing this beautiful Easter celebration with the South Africans and chanting Rudram and giving few thoughts about Easter. The entire resurrection of Jesus is described in Purusha Suktam. Go read Purusha Suktam properly, where it is very clearly said the Son of God is tied to a pole like an animal, and he was sacrificed on this pole. How did Purusha Suktam describe crucifixion of Jesus? Anyway, that's something we'll talk later. So coming back to this, in fact, Vishwahi Maya Avasi, this whole Vishwam, the universe, all of this is Maya, because there is no day, there is no night. For who? There is no day and night for who?
Sun.
For the sun. SON or SUN?
SUN, sir.
Both SON and SUN. Please come out of black box. You are in Ratri right now. Please come into daylight. Yeah, thank you. So, what for the Son, SON, Jesus the Christ, there is no coming and going. So, for the SON and for the SUN, both of them, there is no, for the one who loves the God and who is one with God, there is no day and night. There is no time also. There is no relative time also. It doesn't mean that the relative time doesn't exist. That means that they're not deluded by that. They're constantly focused on that which is real. Asatoma sadgamaya, tamasoma jyotirgamaya, mrityorma amrutangamaya. Through the death of his body on the cross, Jesus had actually shown what is defeating death, because he has come back today. And that coming back is what is called Easter. Easter is grounded in the root word Easter, means rising up. And that is happening only in Vasanta Rutu, Chaitra Masa. So, brothers and sisters, what time is it? 7:50. So, very good. We have done very beautifully with this. I'll chant this mantra one more time and then we go to the next mantra. Shukrante anyadya jatante anyat vishurupe ahani dyaurivasi vishwahi maya avase svadhavaha bhadrate pushanniha ratirastviti. Now you understand what I was saying before. They are not denying day and night. Veda mantra is not denying day and night. Why it is not denying day and night? Because the previous mantra itself is saying Shukla Krishne Samvatsarasya Dakshina Vamayo Parshvayo Tasyaisha Bhavati. How are they? Then they describe that this night and day phenomena is associated because of the grace of Pushan, the sun. And this Pushan sustains this world through this day and night. And during the day, he gives food. During the night, Bhadrate, he keeps us auspicious, or stable, or secured. Bhadrate, Ratihi, Astvi, Ratihi, Astu, Iti. Ratihi, Iha Ratihi, Astu, Iti. What is saying? Bhadra te pushan iha ratihi astu iti. That is ratirastviti. What is saying? During the night time, you are keeping us stable. How is he keeping stable? Because in deep sleep, you are not moving. Rest of the time, people next to you are moving because you are snoring. So, Bhadrate Pushan Niharatrastviti means please keep me stable so I don't move during my sleep and the person next to me also sleeps properly. This is the Bhadra means keep me stable. Are you all enjoying this or what? Okay. So, but immediately the Rishi points out, Arey, dude, don't get carried away. This night and day are nothing to do with the sun. This is all his Maya. But without this Maya, there is no existence. That is the other beautiful lesson in this. How do you say without Maya, there is no existence? Where did we learn this? Swati, don't answer quickly. Huh? Take time. Other
Devi
people. Devi Mahatyam. What is the shloka that says? What are the shlokas that say this? Without Maya, there is no existence? Now, Swati, you can answer.
Now I'm boiled out. I was going to say Devi
Okay.
Mahatyam.
Now you know why Devi Mahatyam comes very handy. Because this whole concept about Maya, without this Maya, the world will not run. Samsara sthiti karina. Samsara sthiti karina. Without that Maya, there is no samsara. What is this samsara? Day and night. And how do they help? Maya helps run this universe. Without Maya, the universe doesn't run. So this is your Maya means, this is your Maya means, it is not, that is what we are saying is, oh Bhagavan, this day and night is your Maya. That means what? It is his tool. It is his ability. It is his Shakti. And that Shakti is what he is using so that the world will run. Otherwise, we will be running around all the time. And imagine if there is no day and night and living at these poles where there is only 1 or 2 hours of night. You feel exhausted. You feel exhausted. I have experienced that with this body. So you have to close all the windows, everything, put night blinds on your eyes and sleep. Try to sleep. So that is the beautiful mantra. The next mantra is even more powerful. I don't know if I have time to get into this. So while saying all this, the next mantra immediately says, Na atra bhuvanam, na pusha, na pashavaha, na adityaha, संवत्सर एव प्रत्यक्षेण प्रियतमं विद्यात्. Na atra bhuvanam, atra, out there, meaning in reality. Na bhuvanam, there are no worlds. Na pusha, na pashavaha, na adityaha, संवत्सर एव प्रत्यक्षेण प्रियतमं विद्यात्. That is why I said these mantras of Aruna Prishna, you need to have done some level of swadhyaya to be able to even interpret and understand these mantras. Otherwise, these will be going left and right. How it appears very easy, very simple to chant. Lot of people have written books and all of that stuff on it. And to be honest with you, I tried to open a few and look at it, and I said, no, this is not this is not for me. This, because they talk about Shukrante and they interpret the whole mantra about Shukragraha. And they Saraswati, they say Mate Vyoma Sandrishi, and they start talking about Saraswati. And then I'm looking at this mantra and this, and if you listen to the words I'm using carefully, I look at these mantras, not I chant these mantras. When you look at these mantras, and that look, as we are talking about, the inner eye, then the mantra reveals itself as something very different from what you interpret with your worldly knowledge. So how beautifully the the rishis are coming back and saying, in reality, there is nothing out there. The only thing that you have to know, vidyat means to know, pratyakshena know, directly know. What is it that you have to directly know? There is only the absolute consciousness as samvatsara that is present very pleasingly to all the senses directly. This is all to be known. Everything else does not exist. And now this is a bowl, this is a complete bouncer. Are, what is this, sir? You are saying Natra Bhuvanam, na Pusha, na Pashavaha, na Adityaha, Samvatsara eva pratyakshena pretamam vidyat. What happens to all this relative world around me? What does it mean it doesn't exist? That's a very incredibly powerful thing to get into. It may cause many of you to turn into PhDs. And for right now, we'll learn this mantra, and so that we will finish this mantra, so that on Tuesday we have completed both Anuvakam 2 and also 1 and 2. So let's look at this mantram and quickly learn this so we complete this Anuvaka. Natra bhuvanam,
Natra bhuvanam, natra bhuvanam,
na pusha,
na pusha, na pusha,
na pashavaha,
na pashavaha, na pashavaha,
naditya samvatsara,
naditya samvatsara, naditya samvatsara,
eva pratyakshena priyatamo vidyat.
eva pratyakshena priyatamam
Priyatam, priyatamo vidyat.
priyatamam vidyat eva pratyakshena priyatamam vidyat
Etadvai samvatsarasya priyatamagum rupam.
etadvai samvatsarasya priyatamagum
Priyatamagum rupam.
priyatamagum rupam etadvai samvatsarasya priyatamagum rupam
Yosya mahanartha utpatsyamano bhavati.
yosya mahanartha utpatsyamano bhavati yosya mahanartha utpatsyamano bhavati
Idam punyam kurushveti.
idam punyam kurushveti idam punyam kurushveti
Tamaharanam dadyat.
tamaharanam dadyat tamaharanam tamaharanam dadyat.
So I'll chant this few lines, and then I'll briefly explain the meaning of the last few lines. We covered up to Pratyakshena Priyatamam Vidyat. Then the next 3 lines we have to explain. Natra bhuvanam na pusha na pashavaha naditya संवत्सर एव प्रत्यक्षेण प्रियतमो विद्यात् एतद्वै संवत्सरश्च प्रियतमगुं रूपं योऽस्य महानर्थ उत्पत्स्यमानो भवति इदं पुण्यं कुरुष्वेति तमाहरणं दद्यात्. That an Aditya Samvatsara, yes. So, etadvai means dvai, means duality. Dvai means duality. Etat vai, that is another way, is looking at this etat vai. This is why in English. Etat vai is this is why. All this stuff that we are talking about, the duality, as in day and night, the two sides, all of this stuff is simply the form of samvatsara, which is very pleasing. All this duality, understand, is the beautiful, pleasing form of samvatsara. I don't know, I get blissed out. I can just take one of these lines, and if you go deep, deep, and deep, it's so beautiful. What does that mean? Is that, in fact, the Shiva Shakti aspect of it, the duality is unreal. There is only one thing, Shiva Shakti. Shiva is Shakti, Shakti is Shiva. Purusha is Prakriti, Prakriti is Purusha. There are no two different things. But why they manifest like that? Just to carry out the functions of the whole universe with their beautiful form. So this Ardhanarishwara is the beautiful form. Half and half. Day and night, half and half. That is now you connect to Shiva Shakti. This Samvatsara means in this Shiva Shakti, everything is a Samvat. What we talk about? Samvatsara, how did we talk about? Samvatsara. Everything is present and moving in. So what is it in which everything is present and moving in? That is Samvatsara. That has two beautiful aspects to it. One is Shiva, the other is Shakti, and that is the Priyatamagam Rupam. How blessed we are that we have the Shiva Shakti come together, but as one form, not dividing himself into half and half. If he did that, then what, we would have put him in a circus or a museum. That's what Bhagavan himself said. If I came in my original form, you would have put me in a museum. But he came in this incredibly beautiful human form, and that is simply the form. It is only the most pleasant, beautiful form. But in reality, that name, that form, all of those things are Maya. What is present is the Supreme Self. Yo asya mahanartha utpatsyamano bhavati. Yaha asya mahan ardha utpatsyamanaha bhavati. Now, what that actually means is this supreme understanding and the meaning. Once you understand, once you connect to this, then you have connected to the most supreme, beautiful meaning associated with this whole Samvatsara. How the Rishi is telling you, don't get carried away by this. Do the ritual, but while doing the ritual, do not stray away from what that is actually meant for. So what it also means, yaha, this ritual, utpatsyamanaha, that is conceived, asya, by the performer, mahan ardhaha, means it is supremely beneficial, bhavati, it will be supremely beneficial to the performer. How it is supremely beneficial? Only if he connects to the non-duality, not to the duality. No separateness. अरे क्या बात है यार. Then it is saying idam punyam kurushveti. Idam punyam kurushveti. Then this is how, this is the punyam that you are doing indeed through this ritual. Idam punyam kurushveti. What is punyam? In the very first class in Samarpan talk, I talked about what is punyam. Is there anyone that remembers what is punyam?
Taking everyone towards God.
Punyam is, yeah,
Unity consciousness, bringing unity
unity
God consciousness.
consciousness. Yes, that is exactly right. What is papam?
Separation consciousness.
Separation consciousness. Idam punyam kurushva iti. Idam punyam kurushva iti tam aharanam dadyat. The one who is teaching should train the disciples with this meaning, upadesha. Esha upadeshaha. Esha upadeshaha. This is what idam punyam kurushva iti tam aharanam dadyat. Aharanam dadyat. This is what is to be given to the disciple along with the ritual. Don't tell them only to do the ritual. Don't tell them only to chant. Don't teach them only the chant. Don't just teach yourself only the ritual. With every shloka of Ramayana, if you are focusing on what actually that shloka is saying, with every chant of Rudram, if you are focusing on what actually that is focusing on, with every ritual that we focus on, what is the spirit behind it, and that spirit is oneness. And when we are connected in that spirit, then what will happen? Sahana vavatu. We will be together. Sahanau bhunaktu. We will be nourished together. Sahaviryam karavavai. We will work together with great vigor. Then our intellects are illumined. Tejasvinavadhitamastu. Mahavidvishavahai. We will run away from duality and we will come together in oneness without hatred or conflict. That is the end of Esha Upadeshaha. End of Anuvakam 2. Surya Mandalam. How this Anuvaka has very beautifully connected to the Surya Mandalam. And because the Maya is mentioned in this, next Saturday, we will have Devi Mahatmya Parayanam starting at 7 o'clock. See, if you actually look at how this is being constructed, the Rudram on second Saturday, the Devi Mahatyam on fourth Saturday, and then we are coming together learning this Arunam. There is a study circle on Gita Vahini every Sunday. All of this is Bhagavan's construct only. He's not allowing this mind to slip away, to slip away. And that aspect, grace of who does not let you slip away. In Sanskritam, his name is Achyuta. Achyuta means the one who never allows you to slip away. He's constantly holding. So much so that you have no choice but to be stuck in this. Some people feel stuck in this. I asked one a student in Puttaparthi, anyway, I asked him, Are, you are such a young fellow, such an intelligent fellow. You have been working here. Do you feel that you are stuck here? Immediately he says, No, 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 Mama. I feel liberated here. I feel released here. I go out of Puttaparthi ashram, I feel stuck. I feel stuck. But when I'm inside this place, this beautiful thing that I'm doing, I feel liberated. I was very, very proud of that young guy as such an incredible blessed soul, and blessed are his parents too for allowing him and to do what he wants to do and what he loves to do. Then what will happen? Parents will always be thinking, Arey, what is this fellow got stuck in Puttaparthi, in Prashant Nilayam? He's doing all this. If he's outside, he will be earning. None of them actually allow that thought to come to. So that is the grace of Bhagavan. That when you are in this company of those and constantly, some people feel intimidated. Oh, this is way too much, Chandi. What is this, sir? Every day you are bothering us. Like, if you feel bothered, don't come. If you feel liberated, please come and join and chant together. Not create conflict. Come together and chant. So next Saturday is Mahamaya's grace, and we come back on Sunday, which is April 27th, another beautiful day, to continue with the third Anvakam. But in between there is this thing called Tuesday, where you come and practice this second Anvakam. There is no time other than this. Jai Sai Ram. Okay, there was a question here before we go to let's chant the Kshama Prarthana, and then we will go into any questions. Somebody, Chandrasekhara, welcome back.
Saramana.
Chant Kshama Prarthana.
ॐ यदक्षरपदभ्रष्टं मात्राहीनं तु यद्भवेत् तत्सर्वं क्षम्यतां देव नारायण नमोऽस्तु ते विसर्गबिन्दुमात्राणि पदपादाक्षराणि च न्यूनानि चातिरिक्तानि क्षमस्व साईश्वर अपराधसहस्राणि क्रियन्ते हर्निशं मया दासोऽयमिति मां मत्वा क्षमस्व साईश्वर अन्यथा शरणं नास्ति त्वमेव शरणं मम तस्मात् कारुण्यभावेन रक्ष रक्ष साईश्वर हरिः ॐ तत्सत् श्री साईश्वरार्पणमस्तु.
Okay, before Swasti Mantra, Guru Shukrante, Venus bright. Isn't this part of Navagraha Mantras? I think that question was answered very elaboratedly.
You immediately answered after that.
Oh, I did not see your thing. So the reason why I talked about is, I guess, because of you. Okay. So then the next one, what is the meaning of tam aharanam? 2 words. It is not tamaharanam. It is tam aharanam. Bala. Who is Bala? Okay, Bala. Medepalli. Okay. What is ahara?
Food.
What is aharanam? Food. Tam aharanam dadyat. I have given this as the offering in the ritual. Ahara is food. That's what whoever said immediately, because that's how but ahara does not mean actually food only. Ahara means that which is consumed. మనకేంటంటే ఎంతసేపు ఇదే కాబట్టి ఫుడ్ దుడ్డు. Our life is only full of two.
I said that, but ahara is consumption of knowledge as well as ahara.
No, fuddu duddu. Avladha. Fuddu duddu means money. Fuddu duddu. That is life. So ahara means that which is consumed. Hara, ahara. What is that is consumed? You ask that question, and I don't want to get into that deeper meaning of that. What is it that you consume every day? How do you consume? When we ask, what is it that I am consuming? You are consuming through eyes, through ears, through mouth, through breath, through feelings, through senses. Everything is consumption. Fortunately, that which you consume through the mouth gets digested, and in another 2-3 hours again ready. Another 4 hours ready to attack again. But the others that you consume, they don't get digested and go away. They are very hard to digest. You understand? So therefore, you have to pay much more attention to what am I seeing, what impression it is creating, how long it is staying with me. You have to be much more careful with what you hear, especially to people that talk gossip and nonsense. Keep them away. Because once you hear that, it will get stuck. Imagine if you went into a party, somebody looked at you and say, "You look so ugly in that bloody dress." That fellow you will remember your entire lifetime because you consumed that. You immediately internalized that what he said about your body is so personalized. You are stuck. You are stuck your entire lifetime. When you think of that person, automatically negative feeling will come. That means what? If you eat food, you get a burp. But this burp of memory will stay forever, and to be not even erasing or digesting them and consuming them and aharanam dadyat, tam aharanam dadyat. In this ritual, I am offering everything that does not belong to me back to you. Na maha, na maha. I'm giving it back. I'm not even any memory that is going to get stuck with me. I'm going to give it back. Aharanam dadyat. Tam aharanam dadyat. Dadyat means is given. So Neha Saxena, what is bracket between significance of bracket between the word? What is she talking bracket? I don't know what is.
It's an issue, Anna. We need to fix it. It's a issue with the translation, actually. Swati, your sister brought it up early in the morning, so we'll fix that.
I'm so blessed. I don't pay attention to any of those things. Just thank you for pointing out, Ma. Thank you, Neha. Okay.
There's also
Any other?
last line within the brackets too, right? Like yatha lakshana
Oh no,
lakshanam bhuvanagam sattacha.
that is what is called sutra. Okay, we are not chanting those. That is what we do as a yajna. That is the ritual portion of it. So I'm not going. We also included that because Aruna Prashna is a Aruna Ketuka Chayana. It is a ritual. It is a yajna. So when they are doing this yajna, that is for the sutra, what is actually done, as the sutra is mentioned in the parenthesis. Okay. So that is correct. Don't erase that. Okay. Be careful. And then with these panchatis, they also do the Surya Namaskara. And you have seen that in Ujjain when we did on Ratha Saptami, how they did the Namaskaras. Surya Namaskara are done along with that. Okay. Next, any other question?
Sainam, it says na Pusha. Again, it repeats na Aditya. Are they two different, or why is this repetition?
Okay. Very good. Excellent. That's a very good question. So, na atra bhuvanam, that we understood. Na pusha. Okay. Then na pashavaha. So, bhuvanam, worlds. Pusha, sustainer. And pashavaha, beings. Then na adityaha. There the aditya means the one that which is indivisible. So it's a beautiful question, brother, because immediately what we jump to is this whole thing is about Surya only. Suddenly you're saying why there is no Surya. That's the question, right? Suddenly why you are saying no Surya. Pushan, we understand. Pusha means the one who is helping you to understand. Pusha is associated with the one who gives you worldly knowledge. Also the sustainer. Na Adityaha. Know that there is nothing that is indivisible. What is that indivisible thing that you have around? Aditi. Diti means division. Aditi means indivisible. Aditya means that which is indivisible. So in this mantra, what is the meaning of the word Aditya? It means know that there is nothing that is indivisible also. So you understand it's a very beautiful question because Pusha, Aditya are the names referred to sun god only. But then what I have been pointing out in these classes is because you hear Saraswati, it doesn't mean a beautiful lady with a white sari holding a veena and all of that stuff. No, Saras means that which flows. Saraswati means that which is constantly flowing. Similarly, Shukrante, Shukran there doesn't mean Venus. Shukra there means light. Light. Shukra means light. So similarly here, na Pusha means there is no sustainer. Na Aditya, there is nothing called that which is not divisible. So what is remaining? Samvatsara eva pratyakshena priyatamam rupam. So you have not answered the question. I am asking you the question. What is it that is not divisible around you? Don't please, rest of you don't answer. This brother is new to the classes.
It is not visible.
Not divisible. Indivisible.
The Brahma or the Sat.
Okay. Be more practical.
Time.
Time is divisible, no? Seconds, minutes.
No, for practical purposes, we have divided it. Otherwise, it's
No.
said to be one.
Okay. I'll give you some clue. It is the one of the 5 elements of nature.
Akash.
Ah, there you go. Now he got to it. So there is no space, there is no time, there is no knowledge, there are no beings. That when you are saying that relatively, yes, absolutely everything is samvatsara. Only because, so the whole concept that this mantra is pointing out to is don't get carried away by different parts. Look at the totality, not the different parts. The different parts all exist within this totality. While you are understanding these different parts, pay attention to the machine, not just to the nuts and bolts, and don't get carried away by that. That is the spirit of this second Anuvakam. And that is what Sarvaireva Vidhasyate Etat Surya Mandalam, this entire solar orb that we are talking about. How they described the entire solar orb. The solar orb is what is being described with all the different pramanas. Smrti Pratyaksham Aitihyam Anumanaha. With the memory, direct evidence. Because they're not ruling out direct evidence. Yeah, this is very important. Non-duality does not rule out duality. Non-duality is actually, it's a miss. It is a it is a miss. The translation of Advaita into non-duality. Non means duality doesn't exist. That's not what it is saying. Duality does exist. How does it exist? Relatively it exists. But what you are observing as relative duality is not actually the truth. It is manifested as such. While you acknowledge that in Prapancha, you have to see Paramatma. Don't make Paramatma Prapancha. Don't drag Swami into the world. Take the world into Swami. Then that is true spirituality. That is Punyam. That is what is Punyam. So the mantra is constantly there while they're not ruling out Smriti, Pratyaksha, Aitihya, Anumana. All these are being given as evidences. But in totality, when you look at it, know that none of this is the actual truth. They are relative manifestations. Na atra bhuvanam, na pusha, na pashavaha, na adityaha. Samvatsara eva pratyakshena priyatamam vidyat. Vidyat means know that. Samvatsara eva, only Samvatsara is priyatamam. That's the most loving one. That is the most lovable one. Thank you. Very good. I really love those kind of questions because now you are clearing up how do these names come into existence and how do I understand these names in the context of the mantra that is grace of Bhagavan Sri Satya Sai Baba. Jai Sai Ram. Any other questions?
Brother, I am little stuck here. Tamaharanam
Stuck.
Yatya.
I want you to be
You
liberated.
mentioned, sorry, not stuck, but I'm still there. You mentioned that giving back, and especially memory giving back. Is there anything you can explain, like how to give memory back?
Memory.
Yeah, I mean, like what we consume. So we also consume the experience and that memory.
What do you what happens with your food?
Food is digested and coming out.
But is there memory with food or not?
No. I mean, you can
No,
remember 1 or 2 days that
no.
what you ate.
Come on, you're talking to an Andhra guy. You say avakai, and immediately there is this juices flowing in the mouth. No, what do you mean? There is no memory without. If there is no memory without, if there is no memory, the food companies would not be so rich. Pepsis and colas and all that. They're creating a memory with food only, and you will be astonished how much memory they create with all this salt and sugar and the smell and Folgers. I was amazed once I went to this Folgers company for on a business thing. What they do when you open the Folgers coffee, the once you open that foil around it, the smell that comes out, and that smell that comes out is actually artificially infused in. Bread companies create the memory of the bread so that when you walk around a pizza place, etc., oh, immediately a memory is stimulated. Food has immense memory associated with it. Immense memory. Huh? Are, come on. You are a Gujarati woman, dokla and all that stuff. What do you mean no memory associated? Gujaratis have immense memory of food, like Telugu people. Huh? Yes. Okay. All right. Now, the question you're asking is a very tough one. How do I not create memory? Forget food or whatever, right? That's the
Yeah.
question you're asking?
Yes.
How do I not create memory? Well, what is the purpose of the memory fundamentally?
Memory is an experience. It is good or not good.
So if there is no memory, what will happen to you? You
Then
will
you
go
will be
put
in
your
you will be in present. There is nothing to go back to think. Memory is taking you back.
no, if there is no memory, then you will run red lights and you will get into accidents, and you will also put your hand in the fire and you will get burnt. Fire has given you the memory of the heat. So like that, memory has its purpose. Memory is, without memory you cannot exist, right? But what we are talking about memory there is not that memory, not the experiential memory, the psychological memory. What is the psychological memory versus the memory I'm talking about? Physical memory, psychological memory. What is psychological? This is a very deep topic, and I don't want to cause what PhD, as I say, permanent head damage. So think about psychological. Psychological memory is associated with likes and dislikes. Psychological memories is associated with how you have associated yourself with so much, with your belongings, with all of this stuff. That is the memory that you need to erase. That memory, because that truly doesn't belong to you. That is the truth. But you have personalized it. Somebody says you are beautiful. How does it matter to you? I mean, meaning, see, that's a wrong thing to talk to a woman about. Okay, we'll talk about Satish Damra. Somebody says you are beautiful. How does it matter to you? I should not address a woman about that. It's a fundamental memory of the woman. So now, when we are talking about when we are talking about somebody complimenting you or denigrating to you, how does it actually does not belong to you unless you reflect on it and you say, this does belong to me, this doesn't belong to me. You behave badly in certain situations, somebody comes and tells you, hey, this behavior is bad. Then, if you're truly a spiritual individual, you will reflect upon it and you correct it. And by correcting it, you have erased the memory. If you have not corrected it, that memory stays with you. You yelled at somebody and then somebody says, hey, that's wrong. You should go apologize to that person. If you did that apology, you have erased that memory. Clean slate. You have forgiven yourself. You did not forgive anybody else. This is very beautiful. This is what Buddha has talked about. Then there is no memory. I cleared it. It is done. On a lighter note, the one who apologizes when they make a mistake is honest. The one who apologizes, even though they are not sure they made a mistake. They're not sure if they made a mistake, but then they will go and say, hey, I'm sorry, I might have done this incorrectly. Please forgive me. If you do that, you are a wise person. You are a wise person. The one who apologizes even without making any mistakes is called a husband.
Not true.
Okay.
I was waiting for that.
Okay. Now let's go back to the class. So that's how you erase memory. And then you constantly, that is what is called forgiveness. That's actually what is called forgiveness. You don't forgive only mistakes of other people. Hello. Forgiveness is a very highly misinterpreted word. You don't forgive other people, you forgive yourself. Even if you're not sure you made a mistake, go and just tell them there's nothing wrong in saying, I'm sorry, I made a mistake. I might have made a mistake. And for that, I take responsibility. And then there is no memory associated with it. Now, sometimes what happens is, okay, I won't get into that. Okay, this is too much already. 8:30. Okay, next question. Yes.
Sairam uncle.
Yes.
I was looking at this Putravatvaya me sutta. So as I was looking into the meaning of what it is and how it relates to me, Putra is someone who follows parent in colloquial terms, if we don't differentiate Putra as daughter or son, just Putra as
No,
child.
Putra, no, sorry. First and foremost, Putra is a neutral gender. It doesn't mean boy.
Great. So Putravatvaya me sutta. So Putra is someone who follows parent in a colloquial term. When we look at who is the parent here, the ultimate Godhead, then Putravatvaya me sutta is, I'm the child of God, but sutta in colloquial terms means progeny, but also
Sorry. Sutta there doesn't mean children. Sutta there means blessed. May I be Putra Vatva Sutta. That is the understanding of the words. Sutta there means may I be blessed with progeny. That is Putravatvaya me Sutta means may I be blessed with progeny. That is the meaning of it.
right. So sutta also, as I was looking deeper into it, also is someone who is committed to devotional service.
No, you have not heard the meanings of these. You have to understand contextually. Veda mantras do not have linear meanings for each word.
Right.
So
that's what I was trying to arrive at, uncle. So
yeah.
the meaning that I arrived at is one who follows the master and becomes capable of devotional service or offers oneself.
That is not what the mantra is saying. The mantra is saying, may I be blessed with Devihi Bhuvanasuvari or Devihi Parjanyasuvarihi Putravatvaya me Sutta means may, oh the sustainer mother Devi, may I be blessed with progeny. That is the meaning. That is very simple. It's not, there is no so much analysis around there. What you have to understand, the inner aspect of it is, if I am a sannyasi and I am praying that, am I praying for progeny? I covered this. If you go into the question answer sessions of the transcript, it was described there. So progeny actually implies symbolically continuity. So therefore, may I be blessed with continuity. Continuity where? Continuity in this world, Bhuvana. Continuity above Parjanya. So it is all about a mantra seeking blessing for continuity in this world and continuity otherwise, other worlds as well. That is what is the meaning of it. Okay.
Thank
You can go back and read that question was asked by Rajesh also before. So we have covered that. So look at the transcripts. That's the other thing that you have a tool as right now. If you have a question, go back and see if that is covered. And you don't have to listen to the entire 1.5 hours of the YouTube video. You can look at the transcript, and in the transcript and in question and answers, we are also capturing the question and answers. Okay. Thank you for asking that. Any other Sri Vidya? No questions from you today? You're blissed out? Huh? Okay.
Yeah, I'm just contemplating. Sairam,
All right.
Shitaji.
Sairam.
Question in the
Okay.
chat.
Hmm?
This question in the chat, Sairam.
Question on the chat. Oh, the mantra Dakshina Vamaya of Parsha is describing the right and left. Oh, the right and left sides of what? What is the topic we're studying, Ma? What is the...
Tushan.
No. What is the topic of this second Anuvakam is Samvatsara.
Samvatsara.
Samvatsara. That is the topic. That is what we are studying in the second Anuvakam. And that Samvatsara has two sides. Now, it is very beautifully constructed. The two sides. Now, as a Samvatsara as referred to time, and that too as a year time, has two sides. What are the two sides? Uttarayana, Dakshinayana. 6 months called Uttara, 6 months called Dakshina. Right now we are in Uttarayana. Ayana means path. Path of who? Path of the travel of the sun. And it appears sun is traveling in the sky like we see every day from east to west. And when that path is northbound, then it is called Uttarayana. That path is southbound, it is called Dakshinayana. Ayana. Ayana means path. Ramayana means Rama's path. The sun's path is twofold. He is taking two directions. One is north side, other is south side. It appears again. That is Pratyaksha Pramana, what we are watching, observing. But the sun is not traveling anywhere. He is staying where he is. It is Earth is rotating. That's the truth. But again, from a time point of view, the time in an year is divided into those two portions. How do we know that if we are not in the center of the earth, then you will notice that there is a short day, there is a long day, and that short day, long day associated with the northbound, southbound, and this stupidity of daylight savings for those that don't stay at the equator. But we don't stay them. Anyway, I won't get into that ignorance part of it. So that is about the year. Now you take a month. Month is divided into two, no? Hello, Dania, stay with me. Huh?
Yes,
What are the two sides of the month?
When the moon waxes and wanes.
Correct. So that's based upon the moon. Based on the moon, it is divided into null moon to full moon to null moon. That is two sides. Day is divided into two, no?
Yeah.
What is that?
Day and night.
Thank you. Okay. But right now it is night time for you. I don't blame you for being slow. Okay. So that is the context of Dakshina, Vama, Parshva, two sides. Dakshina, Vama, Uttarayana, Dakshinayana. Right? So the words are, why are they called right and left? That's the next question, no? Is that your question? Why are they called right and left?
Yes.
Sort of. Okay. I'm making up questions now. Why are they called right and left? Dakshina Vamayoh Parshvayoh. Abani, why are they called right and left? Have we even with a simple thing like studying time, how incredible we are, huh? How incredible we are. So that is with relationship to the in a scientific point of view, axis of rotation of the earth, and that is much more deeper topic. Then I will turn you into a PhD. So think about that. Homework. Why are they called right and left? Okay.
Thank you, Uncle.
In fact, none of this is
Real.
In fact, none of this is real. None of this is real. What is real is there is a sun, there is a moon. What is real is even that aspect of um, the time that we are studying, that is not the truth, because the sun is neither traveling, all of that stuff. It is all, it is on the app from an absolute point of samvatsara, means in this beautiful aspect of the divine consciousness, there is a kinetic component and there is a potential component. There is movement and no movement. And that movement, that movement is associated with time. The no movement is associated with space. So if you really look at it, it is space, time, and there is a third component called gravity, which creates the time. And so that all of that put together, we'll get into gravity, we'll get into all those things later on. Super science. Aruna Prashna, super science. Jai Sai Ram. Okay.
Thanks, Uncle.
Sai Ram. Om Swastif Prajabhyah Paripalayantam Nyayena Margena Mahim Mahishah Go Brahmanebhyah Shubhamastu Nityam Samastalokaah Sukhino Bhavantu Samastalokaah Sukhino Bhavantu Samastalokaah Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. जय बोलो भगवान श्री सत्य साई बाबा जी की
जय।